if you're just waking up, then you may not have heard in the news. The Oscars took place last night, which, I'm never really up for because I just ain't got time to be staying up. However, after what happened yesterday, my interest did peak, and I could not wait to get in to talk to you about this morning. To talk about it this morning, Hot Porridge Massive. But I thought I can't talk to you by myself because that's no fun, I know you will interact with me, but then I thought, let me get someone in who's actually a part of this world. Someone who's, he's an actor, he's an author, a radio presenter and producer, podcaster. I think I may have covered everything. Tony Aris joining me this morning. Have I covered everything or have I missed anything out?
About a couple of things, jolly good guy.
No, I left that one out on purpose.
Good egg. Don't go slapping people.
Well, let's get into that. So just to give some context, he didn't just walk up and slap Chris Rock. Chris Rock was presenting at the Oscars yesterday. And as a comedian, he cracks some jokes. And I've actually been told that in the world of comedy, anything goes because people should take it for what it is. So Chris Rock yesterday, he said something about Jada Pinkett Smith and G.I. Jane, the movie 2, waiting for her. And in case you don't know, so Jada's been suffering from alopecia now. Recently, she did a couple of videos which she's put onto Instagram, said that her hair was falling out, so she made the decision to kind of shave it off. So she's currently sporting a bald look, which works really well on her, I must say. So that's what Chris was talking about in terms of the joke. And then, I don't know, about maybe 3 seconds later, Will Smith walks up on stage and gives him a kabam, like a slap. Tony, what was that about?
You could hear it here in London. I don't know. I don't think even Will knows what it's about, to be honest. I think he has gone through a lot of our Will, hasn't he, in terms of the unfolding drama, the saga of his marriage, him and Jada. Is it open marriage, open all hours? How open exactly is it? Different months of the year, coming in. Sorry, Will, too soon. There is previous between Chris Rock, Will and Jada. I don't know if you remember in 2016, Chris Rock was hosting the Oscars and he made a joke, which I won't say here for our audience because it's a little bit risque, but he alludes to the fact that when Jada protested the Oscars, remember Oscars So White? And the fact that Will wasn't nominated, she protested saying, I ain't coming. And he kind of made a joke saying, well, he weren't kind of invited anyway. And I don't think Will probably forgot that, but I think more importantly, that moment where it looked like he was laughing at the joke. And then he was like, he must have looked at Jada and she's like, oh no, he didn't. And then he's like, spring into action. I've got to defend my wife. Let's take it to the streets. Jada's always a little bit of gangster in her. Will has been more the sort of Boy Scout in terms of his public persona. And I think it's that point where there's probably all that frustration and emotion built up and saying, you're not going to humiliate me on this night that could be the biggest night of my life, which ironically has now been overshadowed by an unfortunate slap.
That was going to be my next question to you because, well-deserved as well. He did take home the Oscar for Best Actor for his part in the movie King Richard, which is an absolutely amazing movie. And I think he nailed the part so well. Some people are saying that because in King Richard, so we're talking about Venus and Serena's father, he had a bit of that swag, bad boyness about him as well. And some people are saying that they feel it could have been produced by the Oscars, saying like they wanted a bit of drama before presenting him with a winning award. What do you think about that?
Nah, sway, as they say. I think when I initially heard about the story, because you know what, I'm someone who'd stay up all night watching the Oscars. I didn't quite make it all for the night watching this time, but we're seeing this in real time, and seeing the footage. There's no doubt that it was real. I think as much as Will Smith is a deserved Oscar winner as an actor, he ain't that good. He's great, but that was extremely convincing. I mean, both of them would need Oscars if that was staged. Chris Rock's reaction, and also Chris Rock, people may be focusing on Will, but they're not focusing on Chris Rock. Chris Rock is a pro, a lightning fast comedian. He was shell-shocked. He was shook up. That slap he felt was ricocheting in his head, and for him to keep his composure and continue as a pro, I mean, that was the indication to me that it was real, because it was like he was stunned. And also, if it was just a slap, you could be like, oh yeah, comedy pratfall. But the fact that Will sat down and then was throwing the expletives, Will Smith doesn't swear unless it's the odd movie role, and even that was a big event. You know, remember we back in the day, Will Smith, he was family friendly. Even his raps, he got, you know, dissed for not being gangster enough in his raps. Will Smith don't cuss like that, especially on a live broadcast, and the fact that they cut it out, I think, of the main feed. So all of that says to me that, and you can see the anger on Will's face, and the fact that it took a minute for him to register the joke about his wife. It felt too much like the timing was off. Comedy is all about timing, and I don't think that the timing felt more like real time.
I hear you. I mean, shout out to Denzel, who I still feel for me is the greatest actor of all times. Who did go over it, right? He consoled Will and said, like, in your highest moment, be careful, because that's when the devil comes for you. And I thought it was interesting coming from someone like Denzel, who again has that good boy persona. We see him as someone to look up to, someone to admire, a good role model, and he came with those words of encouragement in that moment. I actually loved hearing that, and Will kind of repeating it when he was receiving his award. You kind of saw that tearfulness, and I was thinking, are some of those tears because you just slapped somebody before winning this award?
No tears for Chris.
Where were the tears coming? Where were the tears coming from? But his reception speech was absolutely amazing. I thought really, really powerful. What was your take on that?
I'm torn, because I've been a Will Smith fan from back in the day, you know, my teenage years, you know, West Philadelphia, born and raised, etc. And, you know, that tired joke, but I was so looking forward to Will getting Oscar recognition. I think he should have maybe nabbed it for Ali. I think he's a good actor, and I think he's versatile. And there was a time when he was a marquee. You see his name on the billboard, and you'd instantly go. And I think this generation, like my kids, they don't realize that Will was such a big star, like when we experienced in the 90s and 2000s. This should have been his moment for all the right reasons. What I feel upset about is the fact that the slap is going to get more. I mean, I think, you know, for best slap of the night, there's going to be more recognition for the hit, you know, than the hit slap rather than the hit movie, and the hit and his amazing performance in it. And I think he's just basically now gone down in the records, but it's over in the wrong way. Now the assault has overshadowed the Oscar win. And there is a part of me that's like, he was already a shoo-in to win. There's no doubt. So everyone in the industry knew he was going to win. He's a lock. It's a bit unfortunate now. You got two professional, beloved black men on a stage, and it is highlight, and the highlight is an altercation, you know, an assault. Some of the two is Chris Rock, sells millions. He's a huge, you know, comedian. Will Smith, a huge movie star, and they get into it live on stage in front of millions. For me, that's the shame. And also, it's no matter what the beautiful speech was, everyone's thinking about, boy, you know, he went full method. He went full King Richard there.
To end it on a positive note, here's two things I want to say. One thing was, I like that Chris Rock didn't retaliate. I think he held his composure very well, tried to kind of laugh it off. I think he did good. And the other thing I want to say is, still see the movie. It is a brilliant movie, really, really good. Looking at, you know, going through hard time and someone holding on to their dream, not giving up on that dream, despite, you know, everything that everyone else around them was being said. And also, you know, it really points towards faith being the thing that gets us through those really challenging situations, you know, and I didn't realize just how much faith would have been in this movie. But when I watched it, King Richard, the movie I'm talking about, by the way, so much references to God being an anchor to the family and just being their strength in their time of real challenge. So that's the positive note I want to leave you